remember that one night when we fell in love. What we had felt so right, cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken up, you know the feelings deep inside. So what's you, what we've been through? I miss you, and you can't lie, you miss me too. If I roll through, but you...
In today's video, we're going to be reacting to this woman who was doing a face reading on Miss Aaliyah. So without further more to say, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I drop a video. Let's get into today's video. And if I sound under the weather, I am, unfortunately. And y'all want to see what I got for Christmas? I gotta show y'all this. Look at that. A Rockefeller chain. Like my girl Aaliyah. I had to copy off of her. I had to, but we're not going to be wearing it today. Pray for my healthy recovery. Anyways, let's get into this video.
Check out the groove that goes on her nose wing all the way around, all the way down. When a person has this groove that goes all the way down, it's said in face reading that they cut themselves off from their family. They either really physically cut themselves off and don't talk to them anymore, or they went a completely different direction and live their life in a completely different way than they were raised.
We're going to stop it right there because first and foremost, I've already been saying that I feel like Aaliyah was leaving her family behind, not in a disrespectful way, but yeah, I know when she was of age, she couldn't wait to get her own apartment. Like, I don't know when she got it, but it had to be of age, and she was out. She had her little apartment in New York, away from her family. She was no longer with her family, which is really crazy to me because I always ask why she moved out so fast. You would think she would have waited if she was such a family person, but she wasted no time getting her own apartment. It was said that Diane would let her go to some parties, especially like around her 1 in a million phase, but after Aaliyah got her own apartment, she was going out a lot. She was dating more men. She was just being young, doing what she wanted to do, and just having fun. And she was being more open with her body too after she left her parents. As if she wasn't open around her family, it just got more sexual and more grown and adult-like. And she started going to clubs. She was drinking, smoking. She was doing things that a 22-year-old would do, or 18 and up would do. I definitely think she went in a different direction. She was gonna go in her own direction and be independent, just not continue to have that business of family, because for one, her family was playing her the whole time. I think she knew, and she just wanted to be in control of everything she did because she probably sensed something was off with her family after a certain amount of time, or even when she did her 1 in a Million album, maybe even her first album. She just couldn't wait to be 18 and do what she wanted to do. She also said living a completely different way than what she was raised. She was definitely doing things. Actually, I don't know, because I feel like she was as a young girl. So when she grew up, her hopping from men to men respectfully, it was kind of taught on her. Her mom was saying that she had sex appeal at the age of 11. She was taking pictures of her, and Aaliyah made it seem like she was just taking pictures for the satisfaction of it. And I feel like Diane was obsessed with her daughter, like in a sexual way. I don't care what nobody says. I also made a video on this, but Diane was just attracted to her daughter, and that is a type thing. Like, mothers will be obsessed, envious, jealous of their daughters, really amused with them. And I always say this, but I think that it is true that Diane and Aaliyah was doing some things, and personally I feel like Aaliyah wasn't into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she wanted to do that with her mother, if it is true. We're just gonna say allegedly. I believe it, but we're just gonna say allegedly. The things that they were making her do. She was being sent off with this man for an album, for a career. She probably enjoyed it in the beginning, but it took a turn for the worse. She got bashed, and then she was just like, you know what? My family did this to me. But I gotta hang on so I can, grow up, turn 18, get the hell out of here. I feel like that was Aaliyah's mindset. She, continued to listen to them around 1 in a Million. They wanted her to change her look and just portray this tomboy image that she had in her first album. And she really wanted to be a feminine person, but everybody around her just wanted what they wanted instead of letting her be truly who she is or was growing up to be. And she ended up listening and maintaining that tomboy image just with sexier shirts, but it was still tomboyish, so they really got what they wanted. It was said that they were trying to kill her 3 years prior to her, and I believe it. I don't know why they would want to do that to her, but I believe it, and it was just a lot of people out to get her from day one. All the success, they already knew her mindset. She was learning the business, sitting back, and she already said she was learning the business from Robert to, everybody she was working with. Let's just get into the video. But she definitely was taking a turn for another life than what I feel she was raised a little bit like.
She has my favorite eye shape. Her eye shape in face reading are referred to as phoenix eyes. Phoenix eyes represent somebody who is very charismatic, somebody who is geared towards strategy and analytical thinking, and also someone who's very wise. They also indicate elegance, classiness, and success. Her eyebrows are very pointed, indicating that she was very...
Okay, we're gonna stop it at the eye shape. She said she had phoenix eyes, and I didn't know you can base something off of someone's face shape, eye shape, nose shape, face structure in general. And everything she's saying, I believe, is true. It's something I already knew. She's definitely onto the right things. She said that Aaliyah was very charismatic, compelling, and charming to others, which she was. She was very attractive, beautiful, and all the men. Even females were jealous of her, envious, older, younger, you name it. Compelling charm and inspires devotion to others, which I think devotion just means love, loyalty, enthusiasm, activity, and cause, which she definitely was loyal. You could definitely tell that. She had a lot of love, strategy, and analytical. She was wise, elegant, classy, and successful. All these things we know, she's on to something, most certainly. And I'm going to have to look in a face reading because, for one, I don't even know if I believe this. But everything she is saying is true. It's not, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure all this stuff out. I've been saying all of this for the longest. So none of this, of what she's saying, is shocking me. It's just something I already knew, basically.
Brave and an independent thinker. And her lips are very balanced, indicating that she was generous.
Okay, eyebrows, she said that indicates brave, independent thinker. Basically everything that's true about Aaliyah. You could definitely tell this just by listening to her music, looking at her interviews, taking pieces of information of what others had to say about her, how she moved in the industry. She was very successful, very smart. She had creative control of her style, and I'm pretty sure she chose her music wisely. Her jobs or her opportunities she chose wisely. I'm pretty sure she just wasn't taking anything. She took things that related to her. So she was a very independent thinker, most certainly. She was definitely brave in everything she did. She took chances and made her very successful.
She probably gave to people she didn't even know.
Okay, pause. This is about the lips. About the lips, she said that could mean, or by the shape of her lips, generous and gave to people she didn't even know. Now, I just did a video on her donating $20,000 to a Bohemian charity, and she didn't even know those people. I'm pretty sure she never even heard of the charity before, but she donated $20,000 without even asking, and out of her own pocket. She was definitely giving to others without even knowing them. Generous, she was definitely generous. She was definitely generous in caring for others. She called multiple artists to make sure they were fine. LaToya Luckett being one of them after she got fired from Destiny's Child. Aaliyah was just very sweet. She was always sweet to Brandy, even though Brandy was envious and jealous of Aaliyah and has something against Aaliyah. And Monica, you know, although they tried to pin those girls up against each other, Aaliyah was always cool. She has pictures with Brandy. She has pictures with Monica. And Aaliyah was just a real one. She was just very generous. She gave so many chances, I'm pretty sure. And that's just the type of person she was. So I don't know if I believe this. Like I said, you can research all of this and find this out and just slap a meaning behind it. Oh, her face shape tells this about her. Whatever it is that you're looking for. Body language. But do you guys believe in face readings? Have you ever heard of it? I've never heard of this before. I did hear of the eye one. The eyes telling things about you. But when it comes to the nose and the lips and the eyebrows, never heard. So I'm gonna have to do my research on this because I ain't never heard of this before. And I don't know if I believe it. And one more thing I want to say before I continue this video is another reason why it's hard for me to believe this woman and what she is saying, which, like I said, I believe everything, but do I believe that she's getting this just from Aaliyah's features? I don't know. That's the part I'm stuck at. But I also want to say that how is it even possible for her to read Aaliyah's eyebrows, nose, lips, face if Aaliyah has on makeup? She should have chose the pictures without Aaliyah in makeup, and maybe it would be more believable. And I know that makeup can alter your looks or enhance your looks a little more, so that's why I find it hard to believe. You know, it can give you a different looking structure. So for her to choose all these pictures with makeup on, I don't know. It would have been more believable if Aaliyah didn't have on any makeup in these pictures. So that's another thing.
Her hairline is very round. A person with a very round hairline is said to have grown up being very influenced to have manners, be gracious, be a good host, put other people first. It's like,
how do you know she didn't get this from doing research? I just really find this hard to believe because everything she's saying is very true. She said the hairline is basically representing growing up influenced to manners. Aaliyah had a lot of manners, we know this. She was very respectful to all, even the mean ones. Like they said she checked someone on Romeo Must Die set for being basically a to someone who was, and she didn't play that. She made him apologize. She was very gracious. She was definitely a good host. She was definitely a people pleaser. A lot of people had nothing but good things to say about her, and she made sure of that. She did not give anybody attitudes or, you know, make anybody leave a bad review after her presence. She just left a good place in people's hearts that they remember and can remember forever. Good host. They say she was the life of the party. When Aaliyah walked into the room was just brightened. She was definitely a good host. She was a good host on interviews too. Did y'all see her TRL? Girl, that's so hot and steamy. I love her outfit. Amazing.
It's like basically being raised to be a people pleaser. Let's get a profile. If you look at her jawline from the side, it looks like it comes from her ear and kind of goes straight down. This jawline indicates somebody who's very creative and who thinks very, very fast. Like before you've said everything, they already have a response. It's also said that with this jawline, they can imagine themselves into hopelessness and despair quite easily, but don't stay there. But patience is definitely not one of their virtues.
She's talking about her profile, and jawline represents creative and a fast thinker. She was definitely creative. Let's just start there. We could see that in her work. Fast thinker. I feel like she was on point, because I know when I talk to people and they ask me something, I'm stuttering. I can't get nothing out, girl. So I'm pretty sure she had it on point. Like, and her brother was helping her with talking to people on interviews, so she had help as well. Often imagine hopelessness. you could definitely tell she was thinking about a lot in her last day, especially this picture right here. She definitely looks like she's reminiscing on something that's bothering her. Like she said, hopelessness. I don't know, though. We don't know what she was thinking. I would love to know what Aaliyah was thinking in these very moments, but we will never know. But a lot of people imagine hopelessness. We stare off into nowhere and we just think about the worst. And like we're not enough, and hopelessness, basically. Of course, she had a lot of patience. A lot of patience. But I heard she did not play about her work. But I'm pretty sure she was still down to earth.
She doesn't have a brow ridge. It's very flat between her eyebrows, indicating flexibility in nature, that she could flex into different situations.
Flat eyebrows. Now, I know I don't have flat eyebrows at all. My eyebrows is like puffy. And I have to like literally pull them up to try to put eyeshadow on them. Flat eyebrows is flexibility in nature. She was definitely a part of nature. That girl, just look at her. We Need a Resolution, when she was wrapped up in all those snakes. She had like the dirt on her and the little outfit. Like, that was sexy. That's nature right there to me. She was definitely flexible with anything. She could be a bad girl, good girl, sexy girl, a survival girl, you name it. Aaliyah was that. She was flexible in situations. She always said that her mom would basically get her way in what she wanted, and Aaliyah wanted to be just like her mother. I believe she began to get that way. Whatever she wanted, she would talk her way into it.
And her ears appear to be quite small for the overall size of her face, indicating that she trusted herself more than other people, and that she was always listening to her inner voice more than she was listening to the people outside of her, which can create communication issues. If you look at her...
Okay, small ears. I have small ears, and I get told that a lot. And she said that just indicates that you have a lot of trust in yourself, and I've been trusting myself a lot. Whatever I want, if I feel like it's meant to be, I will do it. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little story time. Okay, so I seen this purse at the Goodwill that I wanted to get for myself. Brand new purse, beautiful, and I ended up getting it. But when I saw it, I walked away from it and I left it there. The next day, I'm just like, you know what? Something's pulling me back to this purse. I need to go get this. So I went to go get the purse, and it said $3.99. And I'm just like, that's still pretty good for a price at the Goodwill, because usually purses be expensive at the Goodwill now. And I took it up there, and I'm just like, I don't care. I'm gonna get it. She rung it up, and she was like, okay, that'll be $2. And I'm just like, the price went down when I'm trying to spoil myself. And then I don't know if it was the same day, but I was Christmas shopping and I got these boots and 2 shirts, and she was like, something is not adding up, because it's supposed to be like $25 altogether or something like that, and it was only coming out to like $19. And she was like, I scanned the 2 shirts, but I don't think I got the boots. And I'm just like, girl, hurry up. And my siblings were trying to get me to go to a different store. There was like, I'm pretty sure the other store has the same thing. And I'm just like, no, I need this stuff right here. I'm not going to no other store. I don't want to take that chance and then they not have it, and then I leave this stuff and somebody else gets it. So, you know, I had to leave and get money off a card, because she said that they wasn't accepting any cards. So I had to go get money off. And I came back, and that's when she started ringing everything up, and it was messing up. And she was like, I didn't get the boots. And after a while, she was just like, you know what? I'm going to give you the boots for free, and you could just pay for the shirts. And I was like, because the boots were for me. I wanted to get those boots. I've been wanting those boots for months, and I just could never get them, because for one, when I went to go look and see if they were there, they were gone. And 2, every time I went, they just didn't have my size. So when I went, they had my size and the color I wanted. And so she didn't even end up scanning the boots. I got the boots for free. And it was around the time I got the purse. So I'm just like, when you do things for yourself and you think for yourself and you get what you want, when you have that feeling, it will work out for you. And I believe that. And I told myself I'm going to start listening to myself, getting what I want, and saying no to others. and I was ended up getting things cheap that day for myself. How crazy is that? The shirts were for somebody else. Still had to pay for that. But the boots were free. And then the purse went down to $2. And then I was getting this hat for my brother, this cowboy hat. And it was originally like $30, but it went down to $15. I thought I was going to be paying $15. And so I went up there, I scanned it, and it scanned for $7. So I didn't even have to pay $15. It went down to $7. $7 for a very expensive hat. I tell you, God was good that day. And it could have just been from Black Friday or just because it was the holidays and everything went down. But I take that as a sign. I was listening to myself. Listen to yourself. I definitely believe that she trusted herself more than anything with her style, her music, her sound, everything. Something about creates communication issues, which I think it was a lot of communication issues with her friends like Timbaland, Jawline, probably even her uncle, Jay-Z, just a lot of people, because they all were not talking to her. And then her uncle did some snake stuff. It's alleged that Jay-Z did that to her. So everybody just, was not very happy with her, and the communications were definitely to its lowest. It was definitely issues. And I think We Need a Resolution could be about Jay-Z now. They need a resolution, and it didn't come to no resolution.
Forehead, it's very full. This indicates somebody who's able to thrive no matter what the circumstances. It said that a forehead that's full signifies the presence of helpful people, noble people in one's life that will help them reach the heights they're trying to reach. It also signifies that she was a creative and a spontaneous person.
Able to thrive. She was definitely able to thrive, especially after that Robert stuff happened. Girl, that did not affect her. It almost did, but it didn't. She was definitely a helper for others to reach their heights, because it said that and I always thought that Timbaland and Missy accepted to work with her. Like, she wanted to work with them, which I think she did, but I didn't know she flew them down there. I thought it was all on them, and they're like, hey, let's work with this girl right here. She got it. No, Aaliyah wanted to work with them, and she helped them. So if it wasn't for Aaliyah, Timbaland and Missy probably wouldn't be anyone today. Or maybe so, but like, she boosted their careers as well. So she helped them reach their heights without even trying. She just gave them a chance, and it all went down. So she definitely was a helper for people to reach their heights. I really agree with that. And she was definitely creative and spontaneous.
Her jaw is so long from the side. In face reading, this indicates that she probably was on her own from the very beginning, alone from the very beginning, had to kind of fend for herself. Because of that, she was a self-made person, self-determined, self-disciplined, with an incredible amount of self-control.
Now, I've said this before in my videos. Aaliyah was definitely on her own at the end, probably throughout her whole career, if you ask me. She definitely was left to fend for herself in the Bahamas. Nobody went with her. She was just left alone. But no one she could really feel safe with. No parents, brother, friends, best friends, boyfriend, nobody. It was just Aaliyah. Definitely a self-made person, most certainly. That can explain itself. Self-determined. She was competing with herself to be the best. She was definitely determined to reach her highest peak by herself. No competing, knocking others down, nothing. Just natural determination. I believe Aaliyah spoke something about discipline. She had to discipline herself. I forgot. I can't even. And I feel like she did discipline herself from some things. Self-control. She had a lot of that. I'm pretty sure she didn't go off on nobody, even though she wanted to, especially in that business. She kept it intact. This video definitely describes Aaliyah, but is she reading this from Aaliyah's facial structure? I don't know.
Also, having a long jaw in face reading is going to help with intuition. She probably had a very strong intuition and really was able to hear it and heed it and listen to it better than other people. All combined, she just had this exalted personality.
And about this, her intuition, she knew. She trusted her instinct, especially about her accident, bro. She did not want to get on that plane. She trusted her intuition. She did not like the plane going out. She did not like the plane going in and going out. And especially the one going out. Because clearly she still got on the one going out there. But when she was going home, she declined and she went to go get back in the cab. Her intuition was telling her something, her gut feeling. And Aaliyah listened to her little voices in her head telling her not to do it. And the only reason why she got on that plane is because she was and carried on unwillingly. Altogether, she had an exalted personality. I mean, look at her name, Aaliyah, the highest, most exalted one, the best, period. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this video, because I definitely believe everything she's saying, but do I think she's getting it from her facial structure? I don't know. For one, Aaliyah had on makeup, so I don't know. I don't know if facial structure could still be read through makeup. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think this is real? Her reading Aaliyah's facial structure and getting all of this from it. I'm definitely going to have to look into it, because as of right now, I don't believe it. But I do believe everything she's saying, because I've been saying this. Everything she mentioned in this video, I've already talked about. I already ran over. It's not, like I said, hard to piece together what was going on in her last days. You can easily put this together. She left us hints. Music just has tons of clues. Then you have these people speaking out, making it more easier to put together. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. And I gotta show y'all this one more time. Oh, it's back. Y'all, I got Aaliyah's necklace. This is her actual one. I'm kidding. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this video. I don't usually believe anything like this, readings or anything. That's why I don't do it. But I'm gonna get into it. Somebody told me to look into numbers too. I will. So stay tuned for that. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Stay safe.